While most would say gameplay is what makes a game memorable, to me, it's the scenes, the story that plays is what etches a game into your mind. I'm Djinnsenng, and I feel like talking about scenes I like from games that I enjoyed. One of my favorite scenes in video games is from the deep jungle in Kingdom Hearts 1. So if you haven't played Kingdom Hearts, you're missing out. This scene is displayed once you find the keyhole of the world after defeating Clayton and his giant chameleon. It's here you learn what Tarzan meant when he said, when Sora was asking about his friends when they first met. You find out he meant Sora's friends are in his heart. While some would say this is a great way to foreshadow future events in the game and series, from my point of view, it's a great way to say your friends are never truly gone. They are memories in your heart which connect you across vast landscapes, to maybe, eventually, connecting together again. And another way to say you aren't you without your heart. As with Clayton, despite him having evil intentions, because we saw the look in his eye, he lost himself in his greed to hunt animals, and will never get the opportunity to expand his world with more friends in his heart. As Tarzan pointed out,
not Clayton! Not Clayton!
For me, the scene tried to say you're never truly alone in the world. To remember and connect to your friends, you just gotta have a heart. Another gaming scene I liked is from Life is Strange True Colors. As usual, if you didn't play Life is Strange True Colors, you're missing out. It's when Alex finds the guitar her brother hid for her as a gift to celebrate their reunion, after she felt some type of way from beating up Mac trying to protect Gabe. I like this scene because Alex playing Creep by Radiohead on the guitar was a great display of how uncertain Alex felt. She's in an unfamiliar place, wondering if she fits in, thinking she has to be some perfect being, thinking she doesn't even deserve to be happy. When me, the viewer, knew she had every right to have a smile on her face, and she could belong anywhere she wanted. The only thing she needed was certainty to set her feet on her own path, and having a lovable family couldn't hurt either. All I knew as a player is that I was going to make Alex see she had a place in the world, and she had the ability to make it as colorful as she wanted. Because life is strange, so it shouldn't be a surprise that you can find happiness too.
I don't belong here.
A gaming scene I have to talk about is from Final Fantasy X. So if you never played Final Fantasy X, you're missing out. This scene comes from the end of the game after clearing the final boss, where Yuna is doing her final summoner's dance to send off the lost souls. This is where Auron is departing the group for good. After completing the goal he set to get rid of Sin so the world could survive, he could finally rest. I like this scene because Auron walking through the group to have Yuna continue her send-off, he looks back at him and says, "This is your world now," showing the old guard is gone and letting the new generation take reins to make their own future, and hope they blaze to a more prosperous path. And that's how I found out that Auron left the cast to star in Kingdom Hearts 2. As a fan of Kingdom Hearts, I have another scene I feel like talking about. So if you haven't played Kingdom Hearts, you're missing out. This scene comes at the end of the Coliseum after defeating Cerberus, where you talk to Cloud before you leave. While it might not be the most important scene in the world, to me this was a great scene, not just because it's Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, but because it's two people sharing an understanding of each other's goals. With Cloud saying, "I'm just trying to find my light in the darkness," then Sora saying he was searching for the same thing, brought me back to conversations that I have with my own friends after not seeing each other for a while, where we come to the realization that despite the different paths we walk, we strive for the same thing: happiness. Another gaming scene that has to be one of the best is from Tales of the Abyss. So if you haven't played Tales of the Abyss, you're missing out. This scene is when Ash the Bloody and Luke set up to fight one last time. This moment is iconic, as Ash states his determination with one line:
"You can't possibly understand how I feel! You stole my past and my future! Now is all the time I have!"
Reminiscing about a past that is gone and a future that was predetermined by someone else, the one thing Ash could dictate was how he acts right now, showing that his mind and actions are his alone, and showing Luke that if he strives to live, he has to truly know who he is, especially if he wants to set the world on another path. A gaming scene that makes me smile is from Hi-Fi Rush. As usual, if you didn't play Hi-Fi Rush, you're missing out. The scene in question is when Chai and his friends get trapped in the harmonic barrier in Kale's office, and Chai has to find the beat by listening to his heart to break out of the barrier. Besides the amazing song, I like this scene because it truly matches the namesake of the game OST, Reflection. It's Chai thinking back on his journey from the start of the game, admiring the growth he made while meeting the people that influenced him along the way, and truly making an effort to realize the dreams he aspired for, reflecting on his doubt, others mocking his efforts, and how lucky he was that he even made friends that supported him. And most of all, realizing it's not what you have or what tool you're using that makes you great, it's who you are that truly makes you a rock star. The guitar just makes you look cooler. I wouldn't be a fan of Panam if I never talked about this scene from Cyberpunk 2077. So if you never played Cyberpunk 2077, you're missing out. This scene plays after saving Saul with Panam, and after spending the night next to her with nothing happening. V wakes up, talks to Panam for a bit, and then is left with a kiss as she drives away. This is a great scene, not just because I'm a fan of Panam, but for my V, it shows him another side of the world. Showing that despite the loss, the pain, and the struggle to bother to get up every day, there was still room to find that one person that matters the most to you in the world, and hope that feeling never fades away. Yeah, I'm back on Kingdom Hearts. Really because the Kingdom Hearts series has so many scenes that I love and I gotta talk about. So if you haven't played Kingdom Hearts, or more specifically Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, you're kinda missing out. The scene I want to talk about is when you finish Riku's story in Chain of Memories, where Riku is at a crossroads and Diz tells him about the two paths he can walk, the road to light or the road to darkness. And after everything Riku experienced, he chooses the path in the middle. And when Diz asks him if he plans to walk the Twilight Road to Nightfall, Riku turns to him and says no, he plans to walk the road to dawn. I like this scene because despite the cheesy one-liner, it signifies Riku's growth, showing that even though his journey didn't start on the best of terms, he had every right to bask in the light as well. And his start of running around in the darkness doesn't make him any less deserving. So think of Riku as an example of why you don't deserve any less either.